They're pouring concrete on your land right now. That's what my neighbor whispered on the phone at 7:12 in the morning. I dropped my coffee. I didn't even change my shoes. I just ran. By the time I reached the back of my property, 3 massive machines were already digging into the soil. Steel rods stuck out of the ground. Fresh concrete steamed in the cold air. And standing there with her arms crossed like she owned the world, was Karen. I shouted, "Stop. This is my land." Karen didn't even turn around at first. She lifted her phone, pretending to take pictures. "Too late," she said calmly. "The HOA approved this last night. Community expansion." I walked closer, shaking. "This isn't HOA land. I warned you last month. I sent the survey, the deed, everything." She finally faced me, smiling. "You and your fake paperwork again." She laughed. "You live next to the HOA. That means we control it." I pulled my phone out. "I'm calling the police." She stepped closer and lowered her voice. "Call whoever you want. By the time they arrive, this will already belong to us." I did call, but the police didn't come fast. Instead, 2 HOA trucks arrived. Workers started raising wooden frames for walls. Right in front of my house. By evening, half of a foundation was built on my land. When I tried to block one of the trucks with my car, Karen called the cops on me. She pointed at me and yelled, "He's trespassing on active construction. Arrest him." The officers looked confused. I showed them my deed. Karen showed them some glossy HOA map that cut my land in half with a marker. The cops told us to let the court decide, and left. That night, I sat in my dark house staring at the floodlights from the construction site lighting up my backyard like a prison yard. And that's when I made the call. The next morning, Karen showed up with a smug smile and 3 lawyers. "You are officially being sued for obstruction," one of them said. "And for delaying a $12 million HOA project." I asked quietly, "Did you file a construction permit with the county?" Karen blinked. "We don't need one. HOA approval is enough." That's when I smiled for the first time. "Then you just committed a felony." She laughed. 3 days later, the machines came back. Walls went up. Electrical wiring went in. Plumbing trenches were dug. And on the 4th day, black SUVs rolled down the dirt road. Not news vans. Not police cars. County investigators. State inspectors. Environmental enforcement. Federal Land Office. Karen ran toward him yelling, "You can't shut us down. This is private HOA work." The lead inspector turned to her slowly. "This land is registered outside your HOA," he said. "And you built on it without a permit. On protected land. Over an unreported water line." Her face drained. They shut the entire site down within minutes. Workers were sent home. Power was cut. Machines were seized. Karen screamed at me across the fence, "You set us up." I replied calmly, "No. I warned you." 2 weeks later, subpoenas arrived. The trench they dug cut straight through a protected drainage system. The concrete blocked a regulated water flow. Their HOA skipped every environmental clearance. And worst of all, they forged land boundary documents. That's when it stopped being civil. It became criminal. Karen was charged with fraud. The HOA board was charged with illegal construction. The developer was charged with falsifying county permits. The $12 million project. Ordered to be demolished. One morning, I stood on my porch watching excavators tear down everything they built on my land. Karen stood behind the police tape crying, screaming at everyone. She locked eyes with me and shouted, "You ruined us." I said nothing, because a week later, her house went into foreclosure. The HOA dissolved. The board resigned. The developer vanished. And I got a check for damages. The land is quiet again now. Grass grows where their concrete once dried. No fences. No floodlights. No cameras pointed at my windows. Just silence. And a sign at the edge of my property that I put up last night. Private land.